boxing's legendary and only 8-division champion of the world, introducing the one and only Manny Pacquiao!
Amazing really though that Manny Pacquiao has carried the power up through the weights, forcing Oscar de la Hoya to retire forever.
The mistakes and runs onto these punches. When he sticks with his boxing, sticks with his technique, he gives Pacquiao all sorts of problems. But as soon as the red mist comes down, this is what happens. And I don't know that a minute is going to be long enough, but that must do it.
Jim, they were just working on a little nick by the left eye. That was the one that opened against Clottey.
Yeah, but I think what's more alarming signs that Cotto is not dealing with the pace here as well as Pacquiao. It was flat-footed, he was breathing through his mouth. He's never been comfortable with, and he's never been the best 12-round fighter in the game. He's sagged a couple of times late on in even fights that he was winning, and he's not winning this one, and he's being punished.
Powerhouse. A world champion at 5 weights, starting at light flyweight.
Here you see Pacquiao land beautiful punches, even with his defense up. Margarita still was getting good punches because of the accurate pinpoint punching power of Pacquiao. But also, you notice at the end of all of here you see Manny Pacquiao landing all of these precise punches, even with a guards up high defense. He still pinpoints areas where he can get through and penetrate. But to me, the perfect fight is the way he fought the last round, punching, moving in and out, taking advantage of that great natural coordination. Here you see Manny Pacquiao do what he does better than any boxer in the game. Let a guy miss, catch him with a punch, let him miss, hit him with a punch again. A lot of guys will let guys miss punches, but they don't take advantage of it the way that he does. Here you see this counter right hook, which is, as I said earlier, one of the best punches that you can land, and he's very good at that.
Victory number 52 in Manny Pacquiao's now legendary career.
Here you see Pacquiao coming in with the left to the body, followed by the right hook over the top to the head. Best right hook I think he's landed all night. Here you see Pacquiao throw an overhand left, followed by a beautiful right uppercut because Chris has his arms out over his shoulders, not having his hands up. Unfortunately for Pacquiao, he landed in the throat, not on the chin. Then Pacquiao lands that beautiful straight left lead, catching Chris Algieri going straight back and lands that straight left right down the thing. The first knockdown, that left hand did hurt Chris Algieri. Pacquiao went on the attack, but that did hurt. Another left hand, he really was pushed down at this point. He was off balance, but the punch did land first to hurt him, and that's why I would give him legitimate credit for that knockdown. That was a knockdown. This second knockdown, he's just moving away in the corner. He got caught with a jab, but he threw a hook of his own, but as you saw, as he was trying to hook, his foot was sliding out from under him again. Here you see this beautiful straight left hand by Manny Pacquiao, right down the pipe off of Chris Algieri's jab, and down Chris Algieri goes. That was a beautiful straight left hand. Couldn't ask for better. Chris tried to time it with the hook, and the left hand landed right on the chin before Chris's hook could get there. On the neck of Algieri, followed by a beautiful right hook, which I think the right hook did more damage. Then he kind of caught him with a forearm, but Algieri was already headed down. Legs are tired. Fatigue is showing up. Not so much as devastating from the one punches, but devastation from the fact of that punch and fatigue with it. That right hook was a great shot right on the chin.
Accumulation of punishment.
For clean, perfect shots landed by Pacquiao. Look at that! What an incredible shot! Oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
Ricky Hatton had never been knocked down at 140 pounds. He's been knocked down twice already in this opening round by Pacquiao. And we talked about his struggles against left-handers. You have to wonder, is he not able to see that right hook coming because of the weird angle? He doesn't have to worry.
It didn't even go to. And it was just a perfect punch. Hatton dropped his right hand, and Pacquiao came right over the lowered left hand. Watch Hatton's left hand go down, and Pacquiao comes right over it.
Right on the button.
The knockout spot. One of the most Spectacular, sensational knockouts. And of course, our thoughts are with Ricky Hatton. And we don't want to go too nuts in our commentary here because Ricky, I don't believe, has gotten up yet. But it was there's no more you can ask of Manny Pacquiao.
Oscar De La Hoya has fought since September of 1997 when he fought Hector Camacho Sr. Pacquiao has dominated De La Hoya in the first 2 rounds with his straight left-hand lead up the middle. Early in his career,
Here we see once again Manny Pacquiao shooting a straight left hand right down the pipe. Direct, and that's the kind of punches. Right here you see Pacquiao landing punch after punch, and it's not so much just the way he's landing them. The body language and position of De La Hoya's body is that of a man that's defeated. It's passive. He looks.
the hired gun trainer brought in for this fight finally told the truth to Oscar and said, he's too fast, you can't stop him, and that's the end of that. And the pride of the Philippines again holds his gloves aloft.
Fist, half elbow with the left hand. Then the second half, Manny just takes over.
Pacquiao comes right back with superior speed and timing. Jab. And then he gets that sneaky right hook in there. He can punch on the fly. He can punch coming forward.
And you just see that Diaz is a beat behind on every single exchange. He's like behind the fastball. Cross with a left hand and then another right. But
Pacquiao answers back. And when Pacquiao answers back, you're seeing here, it's a volley of punches.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything to stop that. Let's see the end of this one before we move on to the next one. Let's take a look at the punch that finished off David Diaz. The left hand that traveled about half a foot.
Diaz lunged right into it.
Yes, he did.
And when you see a guy fall face first, you know he's neurologically, he scrambled. Oh, yeah. The body was limp.
Yeah.
It was limp before he hit the canvas.
He was certainly knocked out momentarily.
Oh, yeah. Like a marionette whose strings were cut. Just
last time I saw one like that from that distance when Foreman knocked out Moore.
You're absolutely right.
Remember that punch?
Yep.
Except it was a right hand, but Manny's left-handed. Those inside devastating punches. And my question I was going to get to is that sometimes you're so brave. I was beginning to worry about Diaz's, mental health coming out of this fight.
So was I.
You let it go and you let it go.
You see the emotion in Pacquiao's face as he climbed up on one of those turnbuckles to acknowledge his fans and say a little prayer. This is a huge win for Manny Pacquiao.
This body work here now. Manny catches him to the area of the spleen and almost backs him off pretty hard with that shot to the body. There it is again. That's right in the area of the spleen. You can see the way he reacted. If he wasn't in such, watch this now. No, that one he did catch him with. You couldn't see it, and he touched him up with that one too. And Brony here now looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He's able to block these. So does Manny come downstairs? No, he comes sliding forward, sliding forward. It looks misses, hits. Misses. No counter shot that time by Manny, but he's. Look at this. Manny, that one's right on the chin. How he didn't go down is only conditioning. Any other guy would have been dropped with that punch, but Adrian is in such magnificent condition that he was able to actually gobble up. Bam! Right on the chin, and his legs buckle and he's back, but his balance is so good and his conditioning is so terrific that he was able to stay up and not go down. Again, it's conditioning. When you get hit with a shot like that and you don't drop, you got to be in great shape or you're going down.
Manny Pacquiao coming at Marquez like a typhoon across the Pacific.
That was the first knockdown. Here's the second one. And at this point, it was as much speed as power that was befuddling Marquez.
Well, Marquez came out and tried to make a statement. He's the bigger.
Here you see the knockdown right here. Beautiful short left. And it would have been down again the second time except for the ropes held him up. And then he came back and stunned Pacquiao slightly at the end of the round.
That was the same sequence of punches.
You see Pacquiao land his patented right and straight left following through right on the chin. Right after you see his patented punches, long 1-2, right jab followed by a long straight left. Here you see Pacquiao is getting his range again and started to find his target with that long straight left hand. In fact,
he's not going to take it anymore.
You see how I use your punch right here. You see Pacquiao duck a punch and just wing a punch, not even knowing where it's going, and it landed.
Blood is dropped.
Here we see, similar to the last two fights, where Manny shoots shots, get out of position sometimes because he punches so hard, and boom, here comes Marquez right back, taking advantage of that.
Let's take a look at Manny Pacquiao's foot movement after he lands a punch. This is what I was talking about at the end of the last round. He lands a left and a right. Now watch him run away at an angle where Marquez can't possibly throw a shot.
Down.
When you see these kind of exchanges right here going back and forth, it's like who you judge won these exchanges or win these, that's who's going to win the fight. Because they're going back and forth, tit for tat.
On which to score the 12th round. At the end of the round, that happened.
Well, it's not a case of Morales lowering his hand. He just keeps his right hand on the side instead of through the center, and there's no defense. The only
might have been a 10-8 round.
Okay, put a lot of water on him. That's it, a lot of water. Soak him all up. And you gotta be jabbing and moving. You gotta be balancing with the jab.
He just out-fighting him at this stage right now.
Well, he has quicker hands.
And he's landing 4 for every one. Or 3 for every one. First time in his career.
And lost 3 out of his last 4.
Here's the first knockdown, Emmanuel Stewart. You saw it coming.
Yeah, it was just his legs was going. I mean, anyway, even a punch on his shoulders would have scored a knockdown.
Another look at knockdown number 1. Pacquiao hitting Morales on the top of the head, and often that'll send the fighter down.
You can't fight when you don't have any legs to hold your body up.
Knockdown number 2.
Right here you see Pacquiao land a right counter jab hook or whatever you want to call it that Morales just didn't see. He was coming in and didn't see it.
So many punches, sometimes it's hard to isolate the knockdown punch, Emmanuel. Let's take a look.
Here you see Morales coming in with an attack, but Pacquiao just shoots a punch, but Morales was out of position and knocked him down.
Well, let's take a look at some replays.
Manny's name is Emmanuel too. His real name. It's just everything. It's just too much of an attack, the intensity, the fury. The wrong thing for an aging fighter.
It's hard to uphold precision and craft when a guy is just overwhelming you.
And he punches good with both hands now. It used to be with a simple 1-2 puncher with a straight left. Now he does a right hook, uppercuts, everything.
Now shortly after this second knockdown, if the camera angle shows it to you, you will see, exactly as Larry Merchant said, Eric Morales stares into the corner and looks at his father.
Well, that's the same look that I said before that I saw when he went down the last fight, even though he said it wasn't from a punch. And I saw the same thing with Arturo Gatti. And that's the worst look it is when they say, I'm done, I'm finished.
That's the look, right there.
And Alexa Deguello did it the second fight with Aaron Pryor. The same look, I'm done.